All right, welcome to the Content Complete podcast featuring myself, Matt, the co-host of Neanderthal Gaming TV. I'd like to welcome Down the Hollow and All the Experience. Unfortunately, featuring Super Fistcake could not make it today. The co-host of Neanderthal Gaming TV. Oh, I didn't mute myself on the fucking stream. Down the Hollow. I didn't mute myself on the stream. I hate my voice. Unfortunately, everything is broke. Okay, fix it. Hey, easy.
The best start to a podcast.
Okay.
That was the easy. Done.
Easy. Oh,
No
every
problem.
time, easy. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm
Perfectly well.
I am doing well. Perfectly well.
Well
So,
done.
you guys want to jump right into what we've been playing this week?
Here's
Yeah.
the store.
Somebody
Here's
go
the store.
first.
What? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
whoa,
asking.
whoa.
Okay, you're asking us what we were playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We're gonna be good hosts.
Down the hollow. Do you
Hollow.
want to start?
Yeah, down the hall. Let us know what you're doing.
Hi. We're talking about Let's Plays. I just finished a game called Owls Ever After, which is awesome little indie game. If you're talking about games that I'm just playing, I just got off of Heroes of the Storm with all the XP and probably gonna go back on it afterwards. Hopefully. Wink, wink.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I want to. I am down for that. And I mean, I don't know. Let people know about what you're doing, and
Like,
you know. Well, I mean, you run a YouTube channel, correct?
Yes.
These people don't know. These people know nothing about you.
True. Make me go first. Putting myself.
of course.
Anyways, yeah,
Throw
so
you
I have a
on the
YouTube channel where I like playing indie games, and I just like playing indie games that scare me, even though every time I go play these indie games, I go into a country accent because I get scared, and I actually get scared.
I'm sorry. What, you go into
Are
a
you
country
gonna do a
accent?
country accent?
Yes, I go into a country
Oh
accent.
shit! Y'all come back now. You hear?
Y'all come back now. Next week we're playing Amnesia.
Now don't be doing that. I don't know what that was. That wasn't in a voice. That was.
I don't know what that was.
But yeah, I like playing the horror games and just random games in general.
Good.
yeah.
Sweet deal.
Nice.
And
Well,
yeah.
I have been playing City Skylines, which is
Tell me
awesome.
Tell me all about it.
I mean, it's pretty much everybody's been playing it. I feel like, because I never played any of the city builders. Spencer did. I didn't. But apparently, this is what SimCity 2013 was supposed to be. It's
Yeah. Here.
like all the the citizens have like their own little lives, and the city building is much more like involved, and all sorts of stuff like that. What else have we been playing? Oh, I binged the hell out of Hotline Miami 2.
Oh, really?
I love Hotline Miami. Oh, so good.
I saw some gameplay, but I was really confused on what was happening. I didn't know if it was a movie or what.
So I've played both games, and I have no idea what's going on. The story is so like convoluted. I don't know. It's probably not convoluted to people who like get it. I feel like it has like a message, but I like the gameplay is so fun. You just go around and bash people's heads in, and
Oh,
it's great
Sounds
fun.
like Dying Light.
it's pretty violent.
Oh, it's super violent.
I think I've only seen a little bit of Hotline Miami, the first one.
I recommend it if you like.
Some-
It's kind of Twitch based, where you like gotta have good reflexes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, if you don't like super gory, violent, really violent, super violent video games, maybe not.
Oh. Nah, I think we're all pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's,
yeah. I played Dying Light for fun with mods too.
How was
Yeah.
Dying Light? I couldn't get into it.
For $60, I don't think it was that worth it. But just because I don't know, I go into a game if it's single player mainly for the story and it really come up to par. But if you want to do parkour and kill zombies, it's great for that. Plus, they just added the features to like let you have mods in the game, and the mods are awesome because it makes you Batman.
Makes you Batman?
It makes you Batman.
Elaborate. What makes you into Batman?
Well, the one I'm using is a ninja mod, and that one makes you like it doubles your speed. It makes it so that if you kick a zombie, they will go flying, and if you drop kick them, they'll go even further. And when I mean flying, I mean like I've drop kicked somebody 3 blocks.
Dang.
Yeah. The only downside is that it has a setting where it makes zombies really aggressive towards you. So there would be times where I'm stuck in one building trying to find one little tiny thing for a quest, and there are hordes of zombies just in the building that I have to kill, and they won't stop. They won't stop, and I'm just stuck there in the corner.
I have not. I picked it up on sale. It was like $40 and have not played very much of it, but
By the time Dying Light came around, I was so sick of zombie games that
right?
like
Yeah.
and it's made by the people who made Dead Island, and I think Dead Island is terrible.
I loved the gameplay of Dead Island, but it was so not good.
Voodoo,
Like-
you're hoodoo, bitch.
Yeah, it was I don't even know. It just wasn't good. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Everyone knows. Anyone who's played Dead Island knows exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I thought the gameplay was fun. They had that cool. If you guys remember, I don't know if you. Not a lot of people, I think, knew about it. But if you went into the controls options, you could switch it to like a more intuitive type of control system, like a more hands-on, where
Really?
yeah, it was super cool. And this is probably why I love the game so much, is because what happened was, like, say you're using a hammer, like a big old two-handed hammer or something, and in order to, if you're actually going to swing a weapon like that, you pull back and you swing forward. So on your controller, you would push your stick to the right and it would pull your weapon back, and you would swing your stick to the left, and that's how you would swing to the left, and vice versa for swinging swinging to the right. Just knocked my headphones out, and no, but really, it was cool. It just, I don't know, it just made it feel a little bit like a little bit more heroic when you are attacking people with things, and. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they should have advertised that setting. I feel like I just stumbled across it, and then I was in love with the game. Anything you used was a little bit nice. I don't know. It's just a better control system than what was it before? I don't even remember, because I used that from the beginning. Did you just trigger?
Yeah, you just like hit it.
Yeah. See, that's boring. Triggers, unless you're playing like a shooting game where your brain knows that to shoot a gun, you pull a trigger, it's boring. But when you actually swing your stick around, it's nicer.
We all
Yeah.
do love to swing our stick around.
Whoa.
But
Yeah, well, I played Dead Island right when it came out, and I think because the trailer was so good. The trailer for that game
Oh, yeah.
was one of the best trailers I had ever seen,
oh, yeah.
bar none, almost. And to finally, they released like gameplay footage like 2 months later, and it looked like kind of like Borderlands, I guess. Obviously not cell shaded, but like that style where you're like, oh, you
Yeah.
can get weapons and all this other shit. And it just looked like, I tried to play through it and I was not impressed.
Yeah, I think the problem with that game is that it didn't know if it wanted to be a game or if it okay, get it, but watch. This is what I'm trying to say. It would be really serious in some parts, and then it
Yeah.
would be really gamey in other parts.
Yep.
It was a serious story, and then you were like shocking,
Yeah.
like really weird stuff like that, and then you'd pick up weapons that were like all color coded like they are in an
Yeah.
MMO, and it was just weird. It was like, do you want it to be serious or do you want it to be dark? And Dying Light does the same kind of stuff with the weapon gadgets and experimenting with weapons and stuff, but like it's grittier and it's darker there is some humor in the game that I've experienced, but it's much less game-y than Dead Island was.
Yeah,
They still do
I totally
a
agree
color
with
code
that.
system, I think, right? They still have their weapons in a color code system, but that's
Yeah.
that's natural, I guess.
I will tell you though, with the mods, it does become more funny. Because I forgot to tell you about one more thing about the Batman mod. I call it the Batman mod, but it's just a ninja mod. You can grapple at any distance, so you can
Sounds like
basically fly
Spider-Man.
across the map. Yeah, true, but it's a grapple, so I just say Batman.
Oh shit, you're right.
Whoops.
But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying about the whole gamey thing because I played both of them, and I don't know, I felt like Dead Island was missing something, and I feel like that was the parkour aspect.
I feel like it was missing something. Also, I don't think it was parkour. I think it was missing soul. I don't know.
I mean,
it-
that's a
it-
real thing. Like, I think
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like
Yeah.
it felt empty. Like it felt like EXP was saying that it would be like, oh, I'm super serious, and then it would go to like, now you can zap people with a car battery, and it totally takes you out of the experience. You're like, well, this is, you're trying to get into a good story, and then like, oh well,
Yeah, all of a sudden it's
this
like,
is
oh,
super
never mind.
gamey. Also, it's kind of clunky, and why don't you just play Borderlands? Because I think it does it better. The whole
Yeah.
random.
Generated
But-
kind of weapons and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I agree. I realized. Did I say what I've been playing this week? I just kind of jumped in on the talk about what do you
No,
call
you
it?
have not. Hit us up.
All right. Well, hi everyone in the chat. Don't have a huge turnout right now, but go spread the word. Share it on Facebook and stuff. Tweet it. If you don't have Twitter, get it. Just saying. Anyway, I have been slowing down on my channel, to be honest. That's because we started going back to work in over at True Green, and this week was all training and stuff. So I decided I can't do that 2 video a day thing because I don't have that many hours of my day. So I kicked it back to about an hour, or not an hour, a video a day, because I figured weekend come, I can play a couple games for like an hour or two, record it all, cut it into a few videos, upload those videos on Sunday night, much like you do, Matt, and get those going. And that way I can go to work, do my thing, focus at work, don't think about anything else, and know that I have videos going up. And that's how I've had this week going, except for, like today, I didn't make enough videos. So today I don't have anything, but that's okay because there's a podcast. And I made the video on YouTube and stuff to say that, no, we're having a podcast this week. But other than that, I've been playing some new games. I mean, Heroes of the Storm, I think man, it's been 2 weeks, right, since the last podcast? Pretty sure we
Yeah.
had it then.
2 weeks.
But been playing that with the guys. We made a couple of videos of that, and it's so much fun with friends. That game is, even if you're not a MOBA fan, it's like the easiest MOBA to jump into because it's Blizzard. We've been playing that, having a bunch of fun on that. I know we talked about early access the last podcast, but we crumpled and got this early access game called Savage Lands. And we tried to play that, and it's not very well optimized right now.
What are you talking
So-
about? I had so much fun killing those bushes.
It was
Damn
so much
bushes.
fun walking around at 10 frames. That was can't explain to you how much fun that was.
You like playing on a console, yeah?
It was super bad. And then it said the cool thing about them is on there that I've noticed is on the introduction page or whatever, the start menu. It'll tell you how many days to the next update.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
And across the bottom, there's a little row of words going across the screen that say like, this is what's happening in the next update. Instead of having patch notes. I liked that too. And it told us that yesterday was going to be the update and it was going to have stability fixes. So we're going to try and do that soon. But just trying to find a few things for us to do some more collab work on. But other than that, I think we also picked up War Thunder because it's free.
Oh, War Thunder is a lot of fun.
War Thunder is a lot of fun, but man, do you get killed a lot. Like, there's a lot. I die a lot in that game, and I don't know why. I mean, I get it. I got shot and all that stuff, but, like, I'll shoot at someone for 5 minutes, and I'll be on their tail. I'll be doing some awesome maneuvers, and all they got to do is get behind me for a split second, and they shoot my wing off. Like, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, I love the gameplay and I love the flying. I used to play flight simulators a lot when I was really young. So that game, I'm still addicted to it, but in the time that it takes me to get 1 kill or 2 kills, legitimately, someone could kill me like 4 times, and I only have 5 planes. So it is fun though. We tried 1 game of the tanks, and we got completely wrecked.
I heard Turtle Biscuit was really liking that. Turtle Biscuit. That's the Total Biscuit's alter ego.
Turtle Biscuit.
Turtle Biscuit. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he loves that damage model on that game.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just going to say, like, it was kind of fun with friends, because if you go in alone, at some point you'll just get pissed, dying so much. But, yeah, going in with friends and just having a random conversations while we die and scream and say just random things, pretending to be pilots. Like, I think we had code names at one point, and all the XPs was Sky Captain Atlas.
Yes.
And then Pudding got mad at him.
Have you guys played Sons of Icarus? Is it Sons of Icarus?
Flight of Icarus?
Sons of Icarus?
What the fuck is that game called?
Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus.
Sons of Icarus.
Sons of Icarus. That sounds like a cool game.
Yeah. First person shooter.
No, we have it. I played it a long time ago, and I love that game. And in that game, my name was Sky Captain Atlas, and I assumed the role of the pilot. I commandeered the ship because when we first jumped into it, my friends and I were like, I don't want the responsibility of flying. Like, that's like the most important part of the game. And I was like, I'll do it. I'll step up. So we started playing that, and naturally, people get busy and you can't play it with friends, and that's not a game you really want to play with random people.
No, you don't want pub groups in that.
Like, at all. So when I met with these guys, I was like, Guns of Icarus, do you guys have it? And they're like, no, but we can get it, or some of them had it. And I was like, hell yeah, so we have yet to get on it to actually play. I got on to see what kind of updates they have, but hello, Emma.
Hopefully we'll play pretty soon, though. Hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I remember during the Kickstarter or whatever for that game, their like image for that game sadly probably will never come true, because I've only seen, the highest I've seen of people being on it concurrently was like close to 500. And I mean, that's a lot of people, but that game is so much fun. I feel like it deserves more people. It deserves way more traffic than it gets.
I think if they make a sequel, it'll get a lot more traffic.
I think you're right, which is interesting. I think that's an interesting notion, but I believe that's true.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the big YouTubers, if you remember, Jesse and Dodger and all those guys from Polaris were like, we're advertising their game. They asked us to play it, and we love it. And that was my favorite time for that week that they played it or whatever, because you go to everyone's channel, see it from everyone's view, and they're hilarious.
Total Biscuit doesn't fuck around. Like,
no, he was so
him
salty.
and Angry Joe, like, they don't give two shits. They're like, we're gonna play this seriously.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Emma. Emma thinks we're cute.
Well, I'm born with it, I guess. Or maybe.
Oh my God, Emma, that's okay. Hold on, real quick. So, just so everyone in the chat knows, we had that week off. Both NGTV and Superfist Cake were gone, so we're back this time, and we've been kind of scrambled. Not used to doing the podcast, so we don't really have any topics. But what I was saying earlier before we started recording, the thing I was going to talk about, Modern Warfare 2 is having a petition to see how many people would like it to be on next-gen consoles. And it was at 50K one day, and the next day my phone updated me and was like, 100,000 people want it to be on new consoles. And I was like, if they put that thing on new consoles, I will play the hell out of it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's
I thought
true.
everybody's favorite one was just regular Modern Warfare.
No.
No, it's
that
2.
one was COD 4 was
2.
really, really like popular. But as time went on, Modern Warfare
Two-
2 kind of became, I don't know, like it's the nostalgia factor for everyone.
Really? I
Yeah,
felt like it
Emma,
was, like-
please link the petition, Emma. I haven't gone to it yet. I read about it.
Actually,
Oh, it's like I gotta allow you to do that, or you're gonna get hit.
actually,
Emma.
for me, it was COD 4 that was like the one that had the. It was the one that had the nostalgia factor, but Modern Warfare 2, I remember watching the trailers and being like, "Oh my god, this is revolutionary!" Completely ignoring Call of Duty World at War, just completely ignoring that, and being like, "Oh my god, this is revolutionary! They've got so many kill streaks. What is this? An air like different kinds of airstrikes?"
There you go.
And it-
Everyone
you know.
should go ahead and go sign that petition, and take care of that because
I kind of have a
exciting.
differing opinion about the Modern Warfare series. Because I think the Modern Warfare series, I'm going to insult a lot of people, but I think those pale in comparison to Treyarch's Call of Duties.
I agree. World
Well,
at
I
War.
think World at War is excellent. I think Black Ops is much better than anything that. Damn, I can't remember the name. Nico. Oh, Nico. Nico was our first ever viewer back in like 2012.
Nico.
Shoutouts.
I don't know you, Nico, but thank you for showing up. Very happy.
What else? Oh, I was saying the Black Ops. I don't know. I just felt like their games were much more filled out, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know exactly what you're saying. Modern Warfare 2 was my favorite. If you were to look at strictly playtime, I had zero life. I was a complete Call of Duty fanboy. Did nothing else. I just played that
I think
game.
everybody had that point in their life.
Seriously? Oh yeah, I had like a month of game time. It was really sickening to look at.
Yeah.
But World at War, if I really think hard about it, World at War's gameplay so much more in depth, so much more fun, so much more stressful. Like I don't even know really how to explain it, but like the tanks weren't super overpowered, and I made a class that had like an MP40. It had like a satchel charge and had smoke grenades. I used to play on that like Berlin map or whatever that was all torn apart houses, and a tank was in the middle. And I made this class specifically for taking out tanks. I made it with my brother when I was, however old I was when that game was out. We would throw smoke grenades, run up to it, throw satchel charges, run away, and then blow it up. And it was like, you can do that all the time in like Battlefield now. But the feeling of doing that in Call of Duty was so much better. It was, I don't know. That was like my greatest memory. I was doing that one.
It's gonna sound really douchey, but my greatest memory was being in Modern Warfare 2 with a rocket launcher, because people say you can't aim with a rocket launcher in Modern Warfare 2. I could. There would be a guy that's like medium range away. He's just really far away. And I'm like, okay, so I know the gun's gonna curve like this. So I'm just gonna shoot this low, and it hits him directly, and I'm like, get wrecked.
Drops mic.
It was just fun going around with the rocket launcher. But I mean,
Oh yeah.
If we're-
I mean, it had plenty of glitches, but to be honest, what was funny about it, like, yeah, they were game ruining glitches, but the thing that made it good and okay, breasts unite, says Del Target. I couldn't continue my sentence without shouting that out. That was hilarious.
breasts unite. Oh, okay. I thought I could.
Yeah,
thought
like
I-
the game was so broken,
That's true.
but it made it so much fun because it was like there were so many different things that would pop up every day or every week of like some new glitch that happened. So you'd enter a game and everybody's launching infinite noob tubes, or like you get on and so you notice all of a sudden you're playing and you're like, the enemy team has gotten a lot of care packages in the last 30 seconds. Like, what's happening right now?
Or like you see a guy running at you with a javelin. It's like, what's this guy doing here? I'm just gonna shoot him at close quarters and he'll die, or blow up with Danger Close Pro and kill
Yeah.
everybody in the room.
Do you remember how broken One Man Army was? You had One Man Army Pro, and you're like running around. You could get some kills. You just like reload, kill. Oh my goodness, so fun. That game was so fun.
True,
Not to
but that
mention
was
the
the
quick
tactic to
scoping.
get the nuke.
It was a good tactic. That was
Yep.
a very solid way of getting it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that I had so much fun in that game. I might not now, because if they were to remake it, if the petition actually does anything and they remake it for PlayStation 4 and all that stuff, it's not going to have all those broken glitches. And maybe thinking back, it was fun because of all the broken glitches. Who knows? Otherwise it was just a regular Call of Duty game with a bunch of raging, annoying people that got really pissed, myself included.
To be honest, I think Modern Warfare 2 on the PC wouldn't be that bad actually, because
Yeah, I've never liked the idea. I guess I've never played one on PC, but I've never liked the idea of playing a Call of Duty on PC.
so as far as I know, they have their own rules in their own servers. So like people who want to play seriously, they can go and play seriously, and then there are the modded stuff. Like I think the World at War, the zombies maps on PC, there are so many that are custom maps and have like people have created maps for World at War, and it's just spectacular, just maps. Just they've expanded the game so much more, and the lifespan just is a little bit more increased than the console versions. Not trying to down the consoles. Consoles are cool too.
So every time I've ever
Easy
tried to
to
play a COD game on PC, I get fucking wrecked. Just wrecked, right? But on console, I'm like a god. Nobody can
I know that
touch me.
feeling.
But I never played I rented them because I was gonna that was really before I was really like into knowing game companies and whatever else. So I was like, well, I'll try all the new Call of Duties. And the only ones I ever stuck with were the Treyarch ones that I realize now that are Treyarch. But
Yeah.
so I never had any. What do you call it? Like moments with Modern Warfare 2. I probably
Yeah.
had moments with Black Ops and World at War, but I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get what you're saying, why you enjoyed Treyarch more. Treyarch at least tried to innovate
Right?
in certain ways. Like Black Ops, I mean, World at War was so gritty, I guess is a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it did I don't know, it for whatever reason it just didn't feel like as close quarter as like every other Call of Duty has since felt.
Yeah.
The maps were pretty big, and if they weren't really that big, they felt really big. If you guys remember, there was like, I don't remember what it was called. Maybe it was like Greenwich Village or something. I don't know. It was like there was a train track in the middle of the map, and it was a huge wide map of like fields and stuff. Huge map.
With
And-
tanks and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah, there was
there
a
were like
tank in it.
outposts that you could go up to, but you'd be stupid to go up there.
Yeah, the huge map for a Call of Duty game. It was
to be
crazy.
honest, to be honest, that wasn't even a Call of Duty game in my mind. That was like a crossbreed between Call of Duty and Battlefield. I mean, I liked it. I love the game. Dogs were scary.
Yeah, that was cool. And then Black Ops 1 had the COD points, the money, and then you could gamble them in the special game modes. And then if you wanted to, you could do high roller matches and put in 10,000 COD points, and essentially you could potentially get tons of COD points just by doing that.
Oh,
and
fuck.
it added a really fun way to play the game. I thought it was neat. I tried it maybe twice, 3 times to do high roller matches, and I lost. And it was like so stressful. And I mean, I lost, so I got pissed. But so much fun though. They did that one.
1 second, I want to shout out Waffle Killer and Pixel for following. Thank you very much. I think you just pushed us to 400 followers. So
If we get to 420
Really?
this stream, we'll all get naked.
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean, I did mention getting naked, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Way to just talk for all of us. Yeah, we're gonna get naked.
Dalton's like, go
Guaranteed.
on.
Go on. Okay, get us 20 followers right now.
Minty win. Yes, I have. Every
I feel
day.
that way right now.
Yeah, I feel that all the time. I'm watching myself on my screen, and I'm just thinking, wow, me.
British, you're 100% right. I remember going to high school. When I was in high school, everybody shit talked World at War. I feel like I'm 40. When I was in high school, but yeah, everybody talked shit about World at War, and everybody was like sucking the Modern Warfare 2 dick.
Oh, yeah.
Did a little graphic, but
I mean, that's how everything is. Like, that's how every Call of Duty game is. It's, I remember when I remember when COD 4 was the best, or like,
Mhm.
you know, World at War was better, and then
Mhm.
Modern Warfare 2 came out, and people liked it at first, and then they were talking about how good the first Modern Warfare was, and then Modern
Mhm.
Warfare 3 came out, and it was garbage, and people
Yep.
were like, Modern Warfare 2, and it was like, come on, just, you know. Are you a skeleton? Because I want to tickle your funny bone.
I should use that as a pickup line. Do you think it'll work?
It's pretty good. I don't know. Did it work on you? Did Minty just grab your attention?
No, because I'm not a skeleton.
Oh,
I'm actually a shark.
Shit, shots fired.
Yeah.
shots fired, big time. Well, I mean that was a pretty good talk about that petition. Thank you, Emma, if you're still around for reminding me of that. Do you guys have anything that you've seen in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks that catch your eye? Are there any games that you're like super into, or
British gamer.
We can discuss. I think Hollow brought this up, but the Mortal Kombat
Oh yeah.
kind of DLC slash pre-order bullshit. Oh, you know what else we can talk about? We can talk about Evolve's bullshit DLC
oh yeah,
shit also.
yep. We'll talk about
Because
that for
nothing will
days.
make me buy a game faster than like $40 worth of DLC.
That was insane. Yeah, you could almost spend day one. You could almost spend $60 on skins and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and then the guy who made the game, or one of the guys, he's like, well, if gamers would buy $120 games, we wouldn't have to, charge so much for DLC. Are you fucking serious? Did you really say that?
Are you stupid? Like, you know, I don't know. It's like a never-ending battle. You know, like DLC is always going to be a thing now. Because no matter what, there's people out there that are buying it enough for them to know that it's worth their time to keep doing it. So,
But I mean, you get to play as Jason. Come on, don't you want to?
Well, and then what's kind of the kicker is they're holding Goro, one of the staple characters of Mortal Kombat, behind a fucking pre-order bonus paywall. So they're gonna
Yep.
split the community day one. Day one, they're gonna be like people who have Goro, people who don't.
yep.
Feeling about right. Yeah.
It is Goro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and that's terrible. Fighting Goro sucks. Not that he's the best, but if memory serves correctly, I hate fighting Goro.
Mm,
And so you're gonna... That's dumb.
yeah. Yep. I don't get the logic, right? Like,
More
I don't
money, more better.
understand the point of making a game, especially with all the backlash that other DLC has gotten, like Mass Effect 3, their day one DLC bullshit. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know what he's doing at it. I just saw it.
What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like no one learns. They're like, oh, we'll just release DLC and everybody's going to be okay with it. I don't think that's true. I think obviously they're going to sell, right? Because people are retarded, or consumers at least. But
Mo
Oh
money,
my.
mo problems. What a good song.
What song?
Now, Matt, you might just want to take your damn shirt off. The more Nico-san talks about it, the more I think I'm walking that fine line between being straight and being
Oh, God.
rather bi-curious.
you guys don't want to see me with my shirt off. You don't. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Maybe. I mean, if it'll satiate you for now, I'll take my hoodie off. It's getting hot in here.
So maybe
I
take
might
off
take
all
off
your
all
clothes.
my clothes. Come to the dark side. Don't tease me, bro.
Don't tease me, bro.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't come.
I like
come.
this Nico song, guys. Pretty cool. Bi-curious for Matt only. Yeah. See? Just for you. Nobody else. I'm not really bi-curious, but when Matt's on the screen, I start second guessing.
See, I got confused. I saw the don't take like I saw the don't tease me, bro, and then I saw the come, so I thought he was correcting it to don't come me, bro. Didn't really
That's
make that much
weird.
sense. Yeah. Hey, so I make my videos. Anyways, you guys want to talk about the PSN hacked victim guy who lost $600?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, and they're not going to pay him back, right?
Yeah, they're actually going to pay him back $150, but of course, $150 in store credit. You don't want that. You want your whole like $600 back because you got hacked on a server that's supposed to be secure, and you're paying money for it now, unlike before you weren't paying money for it. And yeah, they actually told him that if he went to his bank and he tried to go further, I guess try to do something, I guess try to sue them or take them to court or something. I'm not really sure what they meant by taking it to the bank. Then they said that they'll ban his account, and if his account is banned, then all the games that he actually bought are deleted, and he can't make another account for I think like 6 months. Yeah, for 6 months. Which I'm not sure how that ties into his. I'm not sure how they would know it was him unless it was an IP address thing or credit card thing. But yeah,
Oh,
Thanks,
your
British,
time
for hitting that follow button. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no,
that's
that's
right.
awesome. Thank you. How about
yeah, it was hacked.
on the topic of this isn't really hacking, but speaking of jerks that erase 11-year-olds' characters on Destiny, there was a jerk who erased an 11-year-old's characters on Destiny. Did anybody see that?
I did
I
not.
did not.
It is ridiculous. I watched it and I laughed.
Oh, it's like a video.
Yeah, the kid was streaming. This
Ah.
little fifth grader. Okay, you can either say 11-year-old or you can say fifth grader. When you say fifth grader, it sounds a little bit more sad, like a little bit more like you are a jerk. This guy, well, this kid. First of all, it starts off that he was streaming some Destiny multiplayer, and he had level 32, all super maxed out. He had like a 29 and like a 27 or something, all of the different classes, and he's playing. And then somebody somewhere convinced him, like it was someone from a party, I don't know, like a friend on his friends list or something, convinced him that there's this really cool glitch to level up your characters like without doing any work or whatever. And you
This
guys
way I want to play
understand.
games.
Okay, I'll link it right now while I'm explaining it, so the guys in the chat can see it, because you can watch a little video and it's so funny. Jerk erases Destiny characters.
Oh,
Was the
sorry,
kid
Chris.
mouthing off though?
I have to permit you before you can
Okay.
post links.
Go ahead. I'm searching it right now. So essentially, this guy
I think a guy beat you to it.
convinces
Oh,
this
never mind.
kid.
That's not it.
Oh, there you go. There's the actual article for it. I'm sure the video's on there, but he convinces this kid that if you do the share play option on PlayStation, that I can level your characters for you. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but part of that.
Wait,
Is
I
you-
gotta time out this guy. What a fucking douche.
What was that video?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
See,
we
I
won't
thought
talk
I
about
thought he was gonna be like, "Oh, here's the link. I'm gonna be helpful."
Yeah.
What an asshole.
it. Oh,
Enjoy your 600 seconds, fucker.
that's interesting. Well, okay. That was super
Uh.
weird. Anyway, I was curious, so I went and clicked it. Now I wish I didn't. So anyway, this is taking me forever to tell the story. There's a share play option, and when you do that, you can essentially virtually give your controller to the other player, and then from their console they can play whatever game that you're playing. And I didn't know that. I thought that was cool. So this kid gives him the controls, and then he starts doing whatever, and the kid's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick." And he goes to the bathroom, and while he does that, the guy like logs out, goes to his character menu, and deletes his 32 and his 29, and gets back on his hunter. It was just like level 27, and his level 27 has this exotic weapon, and he just erases the exotic weapon as the kid comes back. and then like gives him back the controller and like disappears from the chat. And the kid goes back into, he finds the character, whoever did it. He goes into a party chat with him, and that guy's discussing with whoever he's in a party with, like, yeah, I just totally erased this kid's characters. And the kid, this fifth grader, goes in trying to be, cool about it. And he's like, yeah, no, thanks. I was thinking about getting rid of that gun anyway. Like, not a big deal. And just so you know, all the while he was in the bathroom, he doesn't know that his 32 and stuff were erased. He just thought it was the gun. And then he leaves the chat, logs back into Destiny, finds out that all of his characters are gone except for that one, and he just starts bawling. You can just hear the kid crying. And it's like, oh my god, what a dick. What a dick.
Dude.
Yeah. And, the problem is there was some debate, because you would think it's pretty easy to find out who did it, right? Because it was another PSN member. So there was some investigation done, and the mom of the PSN kid who did it said, no, my son was sick, and he wasn't sick, he was like gone or something for like a week. It wasn't him. He doesn't have anything. And so there's this, confusion, like investigation, like, well, who was on it? And they couldn't figure it out. So Destiny, there's a big community that was like, the kid was like, it's okay, my friends are helping me, I already have, another level 27, and, I'm getting everything back, I've got like a lot of support. And then Bungie offered to like give him some stuff and like help him level and play with him and stuff. So that's cool on Bungie's side, but I just wanted to throw that in there. It was like a week or two ago, so it's a little old news. But I don't know if anyone was going to hear about that.
That is funny. Well, not funny, but yeah, it's a little funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the video because I can't really find it. But yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of long, the video. I mean, all you're doing is watching someone delete characters.
I'm surprised he was streaming, because you need to be, I think, 13 to stream.
Yeah, but you can lie about your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did to play RuneScape back in the day.
Oh, if you click on the link that I sent, halfway down the page in blue letters, there's a hyperlink that says in the video. You can click video. Probably take you right there. And it does, I confirmed. Oh, no, it's gone. The video's private. Never mind. Maybe the kid just doesn't want the world seeing him crying.
Known Pudding, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, what would be cool from Bungie is if they weren't in the iron-like grips of
Microsoft.
Yeah.
I mean, agree with that.
Yeah. Like, Activision is... I guarantee Activision is to blame for Destiny's problems, because Bungie doesn't make bad games. Like, and I'm not just talking about Halo. They've made tons of games that turned out to be perfect games. Almost perfect games. And, I'm pretty sure it has to do with Activision being like, look, we're going to have a 10-year contract, so don't tell any of the story in the first one. Maybe you'll hook some people, and then Destiny 2 will come out and you'll start telling real story.
Man, 10 years. Like, Bungie must have gotten so much money that for 10 years of exclusivity, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy because you think, they did Halo for 10 years, and then they did, they signed up for 10 years of Destiny, which was a huge gamble. I mean, they've got Bungie's name on it, so Bungie's like, people are going to come back to us, like they're gonna check it out, and they think, we can make a great game, and everybody knows that. But when I first saw it years and years ago, like 3 years ago or whenever it was, that Activision signed on with Blizzard. They did do that, but that was a long time ago. When Bungie signed on with Activision, I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, that's not good. But then I immediately thought, Bungie's super badass, and they're not going to let anyone tell them how to do anything. And plus, Activision can just sign a blank check. Like, here's a number, like, give us a number that you need, and we'll just give it to you. Like, make a cool game, make us money. But big bad publishers doing big bad things, I guarantee.
So, what's shitty, what's really shitty is that nowadays you almost have to depend on indie developers to make good games.
Yeah.
You
This is-
you
yep.
you almost have to depend on it. Like literally, okay, in the last 4 years, I cannot think of a AAA game that has been amazing besides BioShock, GTA
it's debatable.
5. No.
Well, like Bioshock Infinite, nah.
Oh,
Bioshock 3,
Bioshock
yeah.
Infinite.
I
I
have to,
love
I have
Bioshock
to,
Infinite.
to disagree with that one. But you know, to each their own. That has been good. Like, I can't think of any.
What
There's
was the
been
time
very
span?
few.
Like 10 years, you said?
4.
Or you said 5? 4. Yeah. Nah,
Now, like a lot of people, like they like Assassin's Creed, and that's fine. I don't
Yeah.
like Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed 2 was the best.
Assassin's Creed 2 probably was the best. That was Italian Renaissance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 1 was, yeah. It was the most realistic.
the Assassin's Creed 1 was super samey.
Yeah.
Go here, do this. Go here, do that.
But it was also like realistic.
Oh
like,
my
that's how
god,
an
no
actual
one gives a
assassin
shit
would
about
act.
our opinions. Hey, welcome to Bandtown,
Oh
bitch.
no! Oh man.
What?
That's funny.
Is that like the PG way of saying less, like laughing? my
Hey,
ass
everyone, read that. That was really funny. Hold on, this guy hurt my feelings.
off? Oh, I can't. Oh, okay, I can.
Probably going to cancer because none of you kids know what pussy looks like.
Oh, let me tell you something, sir. Mr.
Let me tell you
Tempted
something
to-
about pussy.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna mess up your
I
day.
own. Let me tell you something about pussy, bitch. I have the most handsome. I have the most handsome fucking Maine Coon cat you've ever seen in your life, and I will link you photos right now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know a person with another person. 20 grand pussy. 20 grand.
20 grand.
What?
Yeah.
I drizzled gold on that pussy. I'm kidding. All right, I'm done.
Whoa! I thought we were supposed to talk about games here.
This is a game. It's a game of
Oh,
life.
jeez.
It's the game of Bandtown, and he's number 1 on the leaderboard.
That's funny.
Dude, get wrecked.
I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking
Assassin's
about
Creed.
games last 4. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it was just like it was just the most realistic way Assassin would act. He would go to a place, listen to people, and then assassinate a person.
If anyone's wondering why Doll
Well, yeah.
Target's saying click every now and then, it's an inside joke, just so you know. Feel left out because you don't know. Just kidding. Don't feel left out. But I'm
Hey,
not gonna
thanks
tell
for
you
the
what I'm talking-
follow, Lee
We're all
Wee.
included. Wow. we're
Yeah.
like-
Wait, who did?
Everybody, welcome Lee Wee into
Lee
the
Wee.
clan. I don't
Sup,
know.
Lee Wee?
Lee Wee
The
forever.
clan sounds like we're from the Ku Klux version, so maybe I'll change it.
We're good.
You know, that's what sucks about the KKK. Let's go. We're not going to talk about this for very long.
You know what sucks about the KKK?
They can't spell clan right.
They ruined everything for other clans. You can never make a clan without somebody being like, "What clan? Ku Klux? What's happening?"
Oh no, it's a World of Warcraft clan.
Oh my
I
god.
can't speak. Never mind.
Let me tell you what's wrong with the KKK. It's not their racism.
It's not the fact that
They've ruined the clan for everybody. Hey,
what
thanks
if we-
for the follow. What the fuck cake? Everybody, welcome. What the fuck cake to the club.
Yeah, what the fuck, cake?
We are 17 away from me taking my pants off.
Okay, Doll Target confirms she is the head of the KKK.
She's a
Okay.
grand wizard. I don't know if that's true.
Welcome to Bandtown.
Fucking
Putting
hell.
you were correct. This
So
is all-
every-
sometimes we talk about
Hey.
games on the Content Complete podcast. We don't call it the Game Content Complete podcast.
Exactly.
Right. No, but really, this is what
Oh.
happens when you skip a week of podcasting. Life gets crazy and things get busy, and then you're like, "Oh shit, the podcast is tomorrow, and we have no topics to talk about."
Speak
So
for
then we
yourself.
Well, to our benefit, there hasn't really been a lot of things going on.
True.
Well, I mean, the trailer
not-
for.
What?
Oh, did you see Bloodborne? Is that what you were about to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna talk about the Silent Hill trailer.
Oh, I thought you were like, oh, because the Bloodborne one
what?
released today. Looks sick as
Bloodborne.
fuck.
Yeah, Bloodborne. I'm gonna marry Bloodborne.
Ask me if I'm going to pre-order
I have
it.
so much fun with. Are you gonna
You're
No,
gonna
pre-order?
I'm not
pre-order
going to
it?
pre-order it. Oh, it's Grand Wizard. My bad.
Right.
My bad. I didn't know this was Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. Yeah. So, next
Let's
piece
bring it
of
around.
news.
Let's bring it around.
Okay, this is not gaming related, but it's still very exciting.
Yes.
Star Wars, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone hear about the spin-off? It's not a,
Yes.
well, they're calling it a spin-off, but it's just a standalone Star Wars movie. Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty excited about that.
Oh. Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty dope. I mean, like, yeah, people. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with making Star Wars stuff, but I mean, it's gonna be all about like the Rogue Squadron and the X-wings and all that stuff. It's gonna be. There's no way it can be bad.
Well, I don't give two shits about that. I want to see lightsabers.
True. Well, you're gonna see that in Episode 7. You're gonna see a weird T-shaped Claymore looking one. It's gonna be great.
Man, dude,
Oh,
I was
that's
so
the
mad. I was so mad that people were like, Why does it look like a claymore?" I'm like, "Go fuck yourself. Have you looked at the extended universe? Have you? There's all sorts of crazy lightsabers.
There's really
You
crazy stuff
fucking
out
scrub
Yep.
level into Star Wars people."
Hey, it might look like a claymore, right? Right.
Scrub
But I'm
level.
pretty sure light does not have weight. So swing that bitch around. Nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Hey,
Normal clip.
Adult Target, you take that back. Nobody could be Dinklebot better than
Alright.
Dinklebot.
I activate
I
my
don't even know what you guys are
Dinklebot.
talking about
I don't
anymore.
know what that is.
Peter Dinklage, he voiced the little ghost in Destiny. The chat is having a conversation right now, and I feel like I need to step in. Yes, Destiny won the Game of the Year thingy, and it did so
Bullshit.
because it was very successful. It doesn't mean that it's the best game in the world, but to be honest, it's also not the worst. It's one of the best handling shooters that's out right now.
That's true.
Gameplay
the
mechanics,
gameplay is
fantastic.
good.
Story, no.
Story is god awful.
Yeah, story has a long way to go, and I'm saying right now, I could be wrong, but I have 10 years to figure out like an excuse.
I have 10 years.
Basically, I'm saying the reason the story sucks right now is because they're saving the rest of it for the next two games. Is that a good idea on their part? No.
No.
Was it probably Activision? Yeah.
Yep.
Probably. But I still think that it's going to be pretty cool. You know, like if I think about where the story could go, I get really excited. I'm like, that's a cool story. This is cool. But you play the game and you're like, it's over? What was that, like 4 minutes? Like, what's happening? I agree. British.
I agree with
I
that,
agree.
British.
Yeah, I agree. It'd have to be a full combination. I feel like...
Well, okay, so let's look at some of the major releases that happened out in 2014. I think 2014 has probably been one of the worst years for games, well, for AAA games of
all
all
around.
fucking time.
big time, yeah, all around.
So there wasn't a lot of AAA competition. I mean, do I think games like, I don't know, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is better than Destiny? Yeah. Should it have won? You know, maybe. But, like, I don't know, 2014 game list.
Yeah, to be honest, AAA games make me sad now. Like I was so stoked for Unity, and then I saw some people playing Unity, and how many bugs there were for a full game from a company that's been making this series for
The
so
same
long.
fucking game. They've been making the same game
And they
every
fucked it up.
year. Every year. So this year, AAA wise, Wolfenstein.
I heard that
Um,
wasn't too bad.
I liked it.
But
I liked
I
it a
haven't played
lot. Dark Souls 2.
Dull Target, to answer your question, the remastered version of The Last of Us did come out in 2014, and it was beautiful. That was, if people don't remember that, remember it because it was perfect.
Oh yeah, The Last of Us. That's a good AAA game that came
Yeah,
out in
I
the
saw
last
that's-
4 years.
Yeah.
To be honest, out of 2014, even though it was just a remaster, still probably, out of the whole thing, the best thing to happen to 2014 in gaming.
Yeah, I
As
saw
far
the
as AAA
multiplayer.
titles go.
Between GTA 5 and The Last of Us,
Oh, that's right, GTA 5, yep.
which one would you guys pick?
The Last of Us.
Uh,
There's reasons.
Also,
we can all
chat.
go over reasons if you want.
I'm gonna
but-
Chat, you can also answer this.
I'm gonna have to go with GTA 5 because it's more content for my channel.
I'm gonna have to go with The Last of Us, without a doubt.
Oh.
Pretty much anything that
how
Naughty
it is.
Dog makes, I will buy.
Yep.
as long as I
Dark
have the console.
I think that wasn't bad. But like The Last of Us, like even the multiplayer was good.
Of
I
what, The
never
Last of
played a
Us?
single multiplayer in The Last of Us.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys
Dude, you
played
really
multiplayer, but it
should.
was-
Yeah,
it
you
was-
really should.
good.
It's The Last of Us. It handled itself so well in every category. The multiplayer. The thing is, I don't think they needed it. But the good part is the multiplayer was super brutal, and it's kind of slow paced. It's not a fast paced shooting game. It's just a like it's all third person basically. So you get behind a wall and you can see over the wall. So they had to take certain measures to make sure that would be utilized well and not make the game suck. But like you could look in your bag in order to like look at your inventory or upgrade stuff. You would have to take your backpack off like in the game, and you would have to craft whatever it is you were making, and you could do that by picking up items around the map. And you can die so quickly in that game that nobody wanted to run around, and because everyone can see over a wall or a ledge that they're hiding behind, it was really really rough. But I mean, the slow-paced game, when you capture someone, you can have like a spiked bat or something, and you just
Yeah.
whack them across the face, or like blow their face off. You could grab someone as like a human shield and shoot their head off, and it was super gory. I love it. In
Yeah.
fact, I'm probably gonna end up playing it sometime this weekend because it's sitting looking at me right now.
To be honest, I just remembered there was this other game that I liked a lot, but I don't think anybody else would like. It's just really obscure game called The Darkness 2. And
Oh, I played The Darkness too.
oh, okay.
Is that the one where you had the little black
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
black.
thingies?
Yeah,
demons?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
that was
remember
fun.
game.
I liked that game.
Yeah, I love that game. Like I played the first one because it was on sale at GameStop, and I was like, it's like $5. I go home, I play it, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. It might be a really old game, but it's fucking awesome. This is the best game. Like
Watch Dogs 2014. Watch Dogs was
Oh.
fucking
Oh,
one
yeah,
of the
true.
biggest disappointments
Can we not talk about that? It's just-
of all time.
I thought it was
Oh.
gonna be so much better. Like,
yeah,
yeah, like-
Which one?
Watch Dogs, like I saw the gameplay and I was like, I
Oh.
really was expecting car
Dude, that
chases
fucking
where I could just fuck
E3
people
like 2011 trailer or 2012 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So good. You're like, you can activate your shit and it's gonna mess up things. The graphics are great. Release game shit.
yeah,
bad.
it's just. Well, you guys know about this is super old news, obviously, but that demo that they showed at the like 2013 or whatever E3 or whatever that was, I don't remember which convention, Gamescom maybe, that made it look so good. Like he was walking down the
Yep.
street and it was raining. It turns out that the game looked nothing like it, and
Yep,
that was a
nothing.
huge debacle. But then one dude went into the INI files and everything and found out that there were hidden files like in the game's directory and like all this crazy hacker sounding stuff that I'm not smart enough to do. He found out that the settings and all of the tweaks that they showed in the demo were just turned off. Like you could turn them on.
Well, they had to turn them off
And he-
because of consoles.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one of those things that's like you're bringing down a game because of the consoles, and that's where the whole war like starts. That's why PC Master Race is a thing, because the PC, if you have the money and the resources, you can run games the way they're intended. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna be upgrading my PC soon, and when I do, I've been checking the specs of some upcoming games like The Witcher 3. I'm gonna be able to run that game on Ultra. And you know how stoked I am
Boom.
for that? It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Proper frame rates and everything. Because, I mean, it's going to look beautiful on the new consoles as well. But if you were really to compare a game like The Witcher 3 from what we've seen, all of their tech demos, all of their pictures and everything, those are souped up PCs as high as the game can go. Because they're going to try and show their game in the best quality. So, I can't remember what the terminology is for it, but essentially you're watering down a game because it's easier, I guess. I don't really know what the whole reason is. Like if they released it on a disc for PC, why wouldn't all those things just be turned on?
Well, for PC or for console? Because on PC it's a little bit different. Because on console they literally have to do it, or they won't get a frame rate. Like the game will be unplayable.
Yeah.
On PC, they don't want the game to look so good. Well, if even Ubisoft can make a good game, but they don't want it to shadow the consoles, right? Because that's where they're going to get most of their sales, is from consoles. They're not going to get it from PC. On PC, they have to worry about pirating. They have to worry about people, like, I don't know, sharing. But with console, it's a little bit easier.
So I'll actually bring up like something about that. So I had a friend who could easily pirate console games, like just easily pirate them and play them, like with no problem. He could bring mods into the console, but it was like you can pirate anywhere. I don't know, like, like I don't know. I'm gonna switch off that topic. Well, not that topic, but that like little bit of information. I'm just gonna switch on. Anyway, so Tech Syndicate, he actually mentioned, like, he was talking about how console gamers think that console gamers make console games, where it's not really true. Usually it's PC gamers who make the PC games, because at that point you need the PC equipment to do that kind of work. And if you have the equipment, you might as well just try out a PC game, and then you'll get sucked into the PC master race. And once you go PC, you can't go back.
Yeah, if you are lucky enough, or fortunate enough, or whatever you want to call it, or you invest the money and the time to get like a proper rig that is like top of the line, not even top of the line. I've been running
Well,
this
you can
PC
make a PC nowadays for $450, and you see it all the time. That's more powerful than the newest consoles.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not, I'm big into PC, and there literally has been nothing on console besides Smash Bros. That has made me want to buy a PlayStation 4 or an Xbone. But I don't know where I was going with it. Totally lost my train of thought.
We are just doing great today. Thanks, guys, for coming out. This is a perfect podcast.
Well, we all lose our train of thought except for Chris.
Yeah, but I can ramble on forever.
Dog.
So
I don't know.
Should I take over now?
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I think it was something about PC and consoles. I don't know.
No, but you're right. I was going to continue off of what you said, which was that you can get a pretty good gaming PC, not top of the line by any means, but not bottom of the line either. And you can run some great games on ultra settings or whatever and get great frame rates. I've had my computer for 3 years, just about, maybe a little more. That, for people who don't know, in technology years, that's like 25. Technology increases so fast. The upgrades are there like next week. And so to a lot of people who can't fathom spending $500 on a computer or $800 on a computer, whatever the number might be, a lot of people, that's like the Paygate negative wall or whatever that they look at, because they're like, well, I'm going to buy this thing. It's going to be like $400 just for the graphics card or whatever it is that they're looking at, and it's going to be upgradable in like 6 months. And you're like, yeah, that's true. But if you do your research and you kind of know how, like, the lifespan of a card isn't that bad. I'm using like a 660 GTX.
I'm using a 660 right now, and literally I haven't needed to upgrade.
Yeah. I'm going to. That's one of the things. I'm getting a new processor and a new graphics card. The only reason I'm doing that is because with the upgrades, like I've got a motherboard, gaming motherboard in my closet or whatever, sitting waiting, and the processor, my system will be kind of bottlenecked by my 660. So I might as well just get a new one. And I mean, people who take the time or whatever and invest the money and all that in like a PC are really, really going to enjoy it. Like Iffy said, you're going to have a hard time wanting to go back. I've got my PlayStation 4 sitting right here. I love that thing, but I have not played it since yesterday, I guess. I did play it yesterday for the GTA 5 heists. So
I'm waiting for PC GTA.
Yeah.
Right? Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
The amount of mods that are going to be in there. The amount of mods. But like,
It's going to be cool stuff happening in that.
Yeah. But actually, I just thought of a topic that we could switch to, because apparently nobody's talking in chat.
What is that? Chat, talk to us.
Do you, yes or no, do you feel like that YouTubers influence the gaming kind of market? Because people like Nintendo, they're like, oh, well, we're going to give permission to these YouTubers to
How can
use
I
their
shit
stuff.
on your content is basically
Yeah.
Nintendo's policy.
Yeah, pretty much. But like the other people, they understand that that the YouTubers help their game grow and for people to buy them. Like I wouldn't buy Gary's Mod at any point in time until like YouTubers started playing Gary's Mod and started playing their games. And I was like, oh, this seems fun. I'm gonna go buy it. It was like, I think it was like $10 when I bought it, but still, it's a game that not many people would have bought until the YouTubers came around.
I think they do. I think when it comes to indie games, I think YouTubers have a big sway. To AAA games, I don't think so. I think they have like like if a AAA is shit, and then YouTubers and like a ton of YouTubers like Total Biscuit. Well, Total Biscuit isn't going to do consoles, but on PC. But like, if they say that is shit, then I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna give it the
Waste
time of
the time.
day.
Right.
But also, granted, Total Biscuit hated BioShock Infinite, and I thought it was one of the best games I've ever played in my
Yeah.
whole life.
I remember everything he said about that game.
Yeah, it kind of felt, I don't know, there's no slight to Total Biscuit. I know he probably wasn't, but it kind of felt he just wanted to go against the tides. Everybody was really giving it a lot of praise, and he's like, he kind of nitpicked it hard.
Yeah. I think
Harder than
he
most
did a little
games.
bit too much of critiquing on that game. Like he was too rough on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He's talking
it
about-
was a highly anticipated game, but
Mhm.
if you remember, not to like cut you off, you might actually just be about to say what I'm going to say. So go ahead. I want to see.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the one thing I remember him saying like right away. Hey, Motorola, we're talking about games and gaming industry, and we're podcasting and stuff. Please hang out.
You used to make, cool phones.
Motorola. Yeah, I love your name. Hang out. Talk with us. Talk with everyone in the chat.
No, he's gone.
Okay, fine. See you later. Anyway,
We should have told him about. We should have told him about the 20 followers naked party.
oh yeah.
He would have stayed for sure.
No, but what was my train of thought on that? Oh, his first thing or the biggest thing I could remember is that he said he did admit that it had a beautiful story, but did not believe it should have been a shooter game. And it was like, well, that's the problem, because if you played a BioShock game with zero shooting, you'd be like, this is a bad BioShock game. Like that's
You
not
shot in Bioshock?
Yeah, you had guns.
What a noob.
And like
I just used the wrench the whole time.
Yeah, I just use my
man.
telekinesis.
I used to, yeah, my
24/7.
favorite thing when I played Bioshock 1 was the wrench. No joke, was the wrench and the frost plasmid, and then I upgraded the wrench to like freeze people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much fun. I loved that.
Yeah.
My brother went back and played that game, tried to get every achievement, and he would only use traps and stuff. Super fun how you could play that game. But
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite had in my opinion, and probably Matt's as well, we really liked that game, beautiful storyline.
Oh,
Totally blew your mind at the end.
mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it's amazing because Ken Levine, the guy who runs that studio, or he did run it till he,
Yeah.
but he's amazing. His writing is amazing because everyone knows Bioshock usually has a pretty good twist. So like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be on top of whatever's gonna happen in Infinite, and then it happened, and you're like, what's happening right now? This is amazing. And yeah, I guess I heard what Total Biscuit was saying. Good story, great writing, or good writing. I think I don't even think he said great about anything.
Well,
But it shouldn't have been a shooter or something.
I think my bad. I think the shooting portion of the game was not as polished as say BioShock 1's. And that whole weird like witch middle part where you have to like fight the ghost or whatever. I thought that was a little long. But other than that, I thought it was great. I thought it like so good. I beat it in like
Yeah.
one sitting.
Yeah, exactly. It was so much fun, and I always told myself I'm going to go right back and play it again. And it took too much time. I didn't do it.
So-
I'm getting a phone call right now. Stop calling me. I'm busy.
So we have a question from Motorola. What's our favorite games? Pretty sure it's been answered, but still, we can talk about it again.
My favorite game. My favorite game,
I know I had that same
Period.
reaction. I think.
like ever, is
Mhm.
probably Pokemon Crystal.
Really, I don't think I ever played Crystal.
Oh yeah, well you're banned. Just kidding. Then BioShock 1. Well, no, okay, no. So it's so hard because like I have like segments, right? Like it's for Game Boy, it's like Pokemon Crystal. For like PlayStation, it's definitely the Uncharted series, and then or Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. You guys?
Oh my God, Kingdom
um,
Hearts. If you
Oh
go,
man,
sorry,
you just now you just brought that up. It's tied between three games. I mean, like Super Smash Bros. Melee was my first game that I ever got, and I spent a whole year just playing that, and that was just like
You
if I had to choose
status?
one, yeah.
Oh,
Pretty
shit.
much. At some point, I learned the physics of the game, so I knew if a level 9 character was walking toward me, I could throw something up at this point, and I could just wait, and it would hit them, and it almost always would. It got to a weird point, but yeah. If we're talking about other games, I mean, I loved Kingdom Hearts. The game was awesome, but I also loved the darkness, like the first game, even though it was a really gritty, not like it was an old game, but. I think I'm gonna have to go with Kingdom Hearts just because so many good memories going to the different worlds of the Disney
Right.
characters and
I
stuff. It's
fucking-
just so awesome.
I hate Disney movies,
I
but
love their
Kingdom
worlds.
Hearts is so
Ah.
good, so good. And then for
I
the longest
know.
time, literally until I was like 18, I think I called Squall Leon because he's Leon in Kingdom Hearts, and everybody's like, "Why do you keep calling him Leon? His name's not Leon." I'm like, "Motherfuckers, yes, it is." Not Squall. Squall's a stupid name. Leon is a cool name.
They're asking. Actually, no. I don't think Chris has gone yet.
No, I haven't. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It's really hard, because like I could talk about each of them in sections, if we wanted to categorize them. That doesn't really fit with Moto's question, but to answer his question right away from me, I've never played Dota 2, and it sounds like the community is a lot like League of Legends, and I love MOBA gameplay. And that's why I'm so drawn to Heroes of the Storm right now. Heroes of the Storm right now might be one of my favorite games to play, but only
so
if I'm
addicted.
playing with if only if I'm
Yeah.
playing with some of my friends. And the community in that game, like I don't have to listen to them really. First of all, they're a lot nicer. They separate you, so you can't even talk crap to the enemy team like you can in LoL. But I don't know about Dota 2. I know I love Heroes of the Storm. If it's okay to categorize games. PS2, I didn't play anything on PS2. I watched my brothers play. I might have played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts because I was the youngest of three. I had two older brothers. And loved that game. Absolutely love that game. If I was going to say overall, I would actually probably, and this might get flack too, but I'm telling you, this has nostalgia factor. It's got everything that worked for me personally. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion was...
Good choice.
Hands down, my favorite thing that I ever played through myself and spent tons of hours having just me time. Like the very first time I played it, it was with my middle brother, and we were visiting my father. We were really young. It was like the year that the Xbox 360 came out. He bought it for us. He bought us Oblivion, and we stayed up all night. And the thing is, my brother was way better at staying up all night than I was. So I was watching him. We were taking turns. I was watching him. In love with the game because I grew up playing Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3. Love that game too. But again, I was too young at that point. When Oblivion came out, I got to watch my brother. I fell asleep, I woke up, and he told me all about these crazy adventures he had while I was asleep. Totally remember all the stories he told me. And then I got to play it, and I played it forever. And I have it on Steam on my computer. I used to have it on my 360. And if I were to combine the amount of hours I've played on both, like from way back when we first got it and to PC now, there's probably like a solid, probably nearing 1,000 hours in that game. I played that game forever. I think that's
Oblivion's a solid
when
choice.
I have to. Yeah, I'm glad you think so because I know a lot of people. I don't know. A lot of people nowadays only started with Skyrim.
Right?
And Skyrim's a great game,
Skyrim's
beautiful game. And yeah, I love it. But if you didn't come from, and I only started in Morrowind, but that came out in what, like 2000 or something, 99, something like that. It was a while ago, and like that was hardcore, man. You try playing Morrowind now,
It's
and
hard.
it's hard. It is a hard game to play because of the dice rolling, and it just didn't hold your hand. That was a true RPG, man.
Yep.
It was like the first Dark Souls. That game was terribly hard.
I agree.
Yeah, I would have to say, just to keep it short, yeah, Oblivion, big time.
Talks for 8 minutes. Let me keep it short. Let me keep it brief.
Well, I was going to go on to other categories, but forget that, man. Oblivion covers it all.
What do you
Should we
think
get a
of
ban over here? What's happening in the chat right now? Putting a Dull Target, having a throwdown.
Yep.
Can we get a
There's
ban
your-
over here? I try to reserve the ban hammer.
Okay, so what do you guys think of so okay, so far I've only run into this problem with like MOBAs, but going into Heroes of the Storm, people were talking about how it was just a ripoff of World of Warcraft. Okay. It was either World of Warcraft or League of Legends, and I was trying to figure out which. Anyways, it was a ripoff of World of Warcraft, and how I played exactly like it, or how it was designed the same, and then people were like, well, that's
Wait,
also
are
a
you-
ripoff of Dota 2.
Are you talking about the original Dota? Or
Yeah.
are we literally talking about the World of Warcraft MMO?
Just, I guess games in general, like, what do you guys think of people talking about? know-
Stealing other ideas?
Kind of, yeah. Like remember when Advanced Warfare came out, there was a big thing. They were just like, oh, they're just all copying Titanfall and how they can use jetpacks now, and they can do all these things.
I think that's bullshit. I think people who are like, oh, Titanfall had a jetpack, that means jetpacks are only in Titanfall. Anybody who comes up with the idea of jetpacks is ripping off Titanfall. I think that's bullshit. I think making games is a lot like making music. You borrow what works from other people. Obviously, music, that's super controversial. But freaking Titanfall added a jetpack. Everybody enjoyed the jetpack. So Advanced Warfare was like, well, I guess we'll just add a jetpack since everybody seemed to like it. And then they get shit
Yeah.
on for it. I don't...
Yeah, but even before that, they were even designing beforehand. It was just like this weird, we're all going to use jetpacks this year. Which, to be honest, I don't know. I liked Advanced Warfare. I played it. I don't know. I did.
Yeah, Reach had
did.
jetpacks.
Yeah, Reach did
Yeah,
have jetpacks.
exactly.
By the way, I enjoyed Reach. That was a good reminder.
Oh,
I
yeah,
enjoyed
Reach
that.
is good.
Yeah, it was
It's
okay
just-
for me.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
the Halo 3 I loved and cherished like a baby.
I think people want to find reasons to hate things that they don't agree with, I guess. They're like, well, I don't want to like the new COD. Number one, because it's COD. And number two, it's cool to hate COD. But I don't really have a reason to dislike it, so I'm just going to pick something at random. Boom, jetpacks. I hate it because it has jetpacks. Titanfall had jetpacks, and you can't even sway my opinion, but I'll buy it day one. That's the same person. Stupid.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm gonna jump on the. I'm gonna like kind of backtrack a little bit to the PC Master Race bandwagon, but Advanced Warfare on PC versus console. If you watch the gameplays, like it's just two different games. Like on console, the jetpacks do absolutely nothing. Like it might help a little bit, but if you see some PC gameplays, the gameplay's so much like it's just like a different speed. It's like a person just changed the speed of the game to like ×2, and then they let it go because the keyboard and mouse, it allows for more buttons to like do different things, and you can have a faster reaction. Like I think before on COD, panic knifing was like it was a frowned upon thing. You'd get yelled at for being a fucking panic knifer because you had it.
I've never
the
been
middle
called a
thing.
panic knifer.
Really, I have.
Yep.
It's just
Sounds-
when your
I
hand
remember
tenses
that.
up and you
Yeah.
knife. Yeah, but on the PC, you don't get that because
You gotta
every
click
single
V.
person. Yeah, V
You can't
or you
panic
can just
V.
True, but you can unbind it and you can bind it to
that's
something
true.
else. So I do Q. I do Q and I just melee people, and yeah, like yeah, it's just a whole different ball game on the two different games, and it's just I don't know. That's how I feel. I still like the Xbox back in the day, but yeah, I've just got that master race in me.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
20 Blaze it.
420 Blaze it, man. 720 fakey no scope.
Same, but I understand. Yeah. Anyways, on the new topics, if you guys have any.
Well, I'm sure I do. Just thinking of.
So,
Oh, yeah, go for it.
well, so you guys like Markiplier, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, oh, Markiplier is good and stuff like that. So I went and checked out his shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I don't understand how he has like almost 7 million subscribers.
Fangirls.
It's I don't know. I don't enjoy it. I can understand why people do enjoy it because like especially like littler kids. But no, it's like on you guys. You guys watch whatever you
No.
want. I don't give a shit.
But,
But
Watch what
so
you're saying,
I'll-
man. No, I'm kidding.
I just don't. So convince me, or not convince me, but tell me why you guys like him so much. The one thing that he does do that I do appreciate is that he cuts out all the bullshit. He edits his videos so that it's always going, something's happening, which is nice. And his videos kind of range from short to longish, unlike some people, Toby Turner, who chops everything up into 10 minutes and just ends it like that. So that's one thing that I like about how he does his shit.
see, I think so for me, I've been watching him for a while, so I guess it's just been that fan thing. I don't know. I watched him play indie games. I liked watching him play indie games. I had gotten tired of PewDiePie at that point just because I just didn't want to watch his videos anymore. But I feel like every YouTuber has their thing that people either like or don't like, and it's like Jacksepticeye. If you watch his videos, he's just an Scottish, pretty sure.
Yeah, same.
Something along those lines that's just screaming into the mic. But I like it because he's silly. But his videos are really cut up. They're short. He's just screaming into the mic just like everybody else. It's just that he has an accent and he's got some funny jokes. But he also repeats the same jokes just like Markiplier does and just like PewDiePie does. And like different YouTubers have their own thing. CNEtters has his thing of having really short videos. A guy I've been following for a really long time, Mr. Sark. Love that guy. I would contemplate. No. Anyways, he has his own style that people like. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they just have their own style. It's either you like it or you don't. But I just liked him for, I don't know, his jokes, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get that. It's with him, I've watched him for a long time, so I kind of saw what he was like. I mean, he was still a big channel, he had like a couple 100,000 or something, but he was small in comparison to what he's at right now. And he's always been super humble. He's never let anything like go to his head. He does it because he loves it. He made a promise to do as much charity fundraising for different charities, and he's stuck with it. And I think that speaks a lot to the integrity of what he does.
When did he announce that he was going to do that?
I think way before I started watching him, because when he was real small, he raised something significant. It was like 20,000 or something. It was something pretty decent.
Thanks, Darling,
awesome.
for the follow. Sorry.
Awesome.
All right.
17 more.
It was a lot. It was a good amount, and from like his hometown, like he was interviewed by like not like huge news station, but by journalists, like news journalists and stuff. Like, what is it that you're doing? like you're raising money, and like how is it that you can do this and stuff. And I can't tell you when he promised that, but it was early on. Like it was pretty early on, and he stuck with it. And he started doing YouTube because he was in a darker place, and it's something that made him happy. And that everyone can understand that. Find your own happiness. Do what you got to do. But he always speaks directly to his fan base. Mm-hmm. And when he's talking to the camera and I'm watching the video, like, yeah, it feels like he's talking to me. I don't, I don't know. It's like, I bet some people are like, oh my God, he's really speaking to me. I look at it from like, good for him. Like he's there for his viewers. Like mm-hmm. the reason he's successful, I mean, there's a lot of reasons he's successful, but the reason he can keep doing that is because these people are here. They like what he's doing, and they stick around and they support him. And he continues to praise them and stuff. Now, sometimes he gets a little bit, if I had to say a negative, sometimes he gets a little too blubbery. Like he's like, and I can understand that. Like I can be an emotional guy, like the feels train hits everybody. And I can understand that if I suddenly like you were sitting down and you start, mm-hmm. Like, okay, for him, he does it every day. It's his job now, and the number is so astronomically huge that he can't wrap his head around it. But I guarantee there's some days where he just sits for a second and he's like, oh my God, like this is my, there are that many people that care about me and that support what I do. And, he lost his father and he didn't have the best life growing up and stuff like that. And it's one of those kind of success stories. And he sits there, yeah. He like realizes how much he owes to everyone, and he keeps that in perspective. And so, yeah, I mean, I could see why he gets a little blubbery, but almost every thank you video, he gets a little choked up, and it's like, I understand. Stop getting choked up. I get it. Like, it's really big, but it happens really often. If it was like a once in a blue moon thing, maybe it'd be different. It'd be like, wow, that was a really nice video to watch.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, because like the humbleness factor is what draws more people in, and just having that community feeling, because I feel like that's how Jacksepticeye has also kept his followers. Because there's another guy, I don't know if you know him, but his name's Louis Calbray. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you watched, I don't know if you watch his videos, but at some point he made a video. He's an awesome guy. He makes great videos. They're really funny. But he made a video about him not posting in a while, and he basically almost turned on his community. I don't know if he was in a dark place at the time, if things weren't going well for him, but he essentially was like, this is my channel. I'm giving content to you, and I'm allowing you to see it for free. And he was acting all like self-entitled that, he was just allowing them to watch his content that he makes for free for them. And it was just, he got a lot of backlash in his comments about it. A lot of backlash.
Right. I think a lot, I guess, maybe to hone in a little bit more so on what you said, or what you asked, Matt, mm-hmm. it's that there are a lot of really successful YouTubers who obviously enjoy what they do, but you will probably only see a thank you video once in like a year or something. They're not connected with their fan base. They just throw it on the internet mm-hmm. because it makes them money. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of what Mark does speaks to his character, and I think that's really important. Like he earned my respect pretty quickly, I guess. I mean, I watched him for a long time, and seeing him from where he was to where he is now, mm-hmm. Both times from the very beginning, he was 100,000 times bigger than I'd probably ever get. But like, it's still, I just think it speaks to the integrity of like him as a person,
Well, to play a little bit of a devil's advocate, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but with the success of PewDiePie, early on, it came out about how much he makes, right? And before that, I think he did very, very little charity work. PewDiePie did. I mean, do you think Markiplier saw that and was like, well, once I get kind of bigger, I don't want that kind of backlash coming at me? And so it's kind of manufactured charity. Now, I'm not saying he does that. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
But to me, if I was in his position, that's what I would have done. If I wasn't already doing charity or whatever, I would have amped it up as soon as PewDiePie got in all his shit, because I wouldn't want to backlash like that.
Yeah, I that's a never heard that point made, but I can respect it. Like, I can see how you could draw those conclusions. And to be honest, the answer is we don't know. Like, anything that happens really behind the scenes like that is between Mark and himself, really. You know, like, he could. I bet he could look at that. But the thing is with Mark, if you look back, if you ever go back and watch like a lot of his old videos, like from way back to like 10,000 subscribers or whatever, every now and then, oh, well, not every now and then, it was like every time he hit a certain milestone, he made a video saying thanks. He talked about, you know, what I want to do and how I want to change things. And I'm sure somewhere there pretty early on you can see about that. But someone as big as PewDiePie, yeah, he had to hear about stuff like that. But you know, that's entirely possible. I don't think I think at this point nobody would ever want to think of Markiplier like not being a good guy. Not that, and it doesn't mean that PewDiePie's not a good guy or anything.
No. I'm not saying
just,
he's not either. You know, charity, you know, didn't cross his mind. It didn't cross his mind. And honestly, I feel like just because you make a lot of money, like obviously PewDiePie does, you don't have to do charity. Like, it's nice if you do, right? And I feel like, you know, if you have a lot of money, you have something to give, you should give back. But it's still 100% your choice. And I'm not going to be like, I don't respect PewDiePie because he didn't give to charity when he was making millions. That's his prerogative. So with Markiplier doing a lot of charity, I have the same opinion. It doesn't matter to me that he does charity. I'm glad that he does, but that's not a factor for me to watch him, I guess.
Right. Yep. And it wasn't, I mean, that's not what drew me to him either.
Oh,
really.
Yeah, I'm not saying
it was
that.
It was just it's nice to see. I mean, because when I started my channel, yeah, I've watched him and other people do charity live streams and stuff, but and so I mentioned that in my particular channel trailer. Who knows? Like, I don't even, yeah, I'd love to do that. And I would love to, you know, try and have a goal and stuff like that. Like, that'd be great. Thing is, when you're a growing channel, how do you even know when it's the right time to, like,
I mean, we've done charity work here on the live stream. We did like a 24-hour Halloween live stream for a children's hospital.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm totally for doing charity and all that stuff. Plus, it it makes you look good.
Yeah.
Like I kind of have the same opinion of people who are like, well, I make a YouTube channel because I like it. I think that's 10%, not 10%. I think that's 10% of the people who really believe that, and all the rest, the people who say that, are bullshitting and they want to make money. It's either 75% you want to make money, 25% it just happens to be a gaming YouTube. It's the same with charity. I'm doing charity because, number one, it makes me look good. Number two, it helps people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure when he started, he was like, you know, this is nice. People are helping me have a career. I should help give back. And what's a good way to do that? Charity. But on top of that, why would you not do it if you had the power to really do some good? Because
there's only positives.
There's
only positives.
It's all around. Yeah, it's all around good. So absolutely, it's a very strategic move.
I mean, even if you do it selfishly, you're still, like, it doesn't matter. You're still giving to charity, as long as you really give to charity.
Yeah.
There's a few YouTubers that did that and they didn't actually give the money.
Yeah, and that's illegal.
Yeah.
That's, what is that, like embezzlement or something like that? Can't remember all my law school terms, but yeah, no, that's a pretty big deal. But yeah, I guess when I watch some of Mark's stuff, wherever he's at now is how I've always thought of myself. Not like super successful. I just mean like I love to help people. Like
Mhm.
when I look for a new job or something, for example, I always look for something in particular. It's not, yeah, it's about the money. Like I need to make a certain amount to pay my bills, but I also need to know that whatever I'm doing is important in some way, like visibly important. Um, and that's always been the way that I've looked. So, you know, seeing someone else be successful at it, it's like, wow, people can really get behind that, and I would I would be able to sleep at night knowing that, you know, I'm doing something really good,
Yeah.
trying to help people and stuff. But
Yeah.
I agree with you on how that could, you know, it doesn't really have anything to do with his videos. The live streams are something entirely different than his content.
Mhm.
Yeah, like my goal in life right now is like at some point before I die, I want to accumulate like $1 million of like me having. I want to be able to say that I've donated $1 million throughout my lifetime. Though
Yeah,
that's
great.
almost impossible. It would still be awesome.
I want to
just
say
do something close to that.
I want to have the same thing, but $1 million, then I'll donate it to myself.
Please, I want it.
Uh, so I mean, if we're ready to move topics, I've got one more topic, I guess.
Boom.
Go for it.
Hit us up.
Shoot.
All right. Okay, so it's not even gonna be a question. I'm just gonna let it free fall.
All right, we're free
Um,
ball on this question.
Free falling.
So I've heard I've heard a lot of things about how most people that aren't into the Let's Plays or the gaming videos, they see viral
shit.
videos and they're like, this video is awesome, but PewDiePie, this guy who's just, making gaming videos, is making, this much money, he's making a living off of it, and these people have to work so much harder for making real life videos and doing what they have to do to make money. And then they don't even talk about the vloggers who do get kind of famous, depends where you're going, if you're trying to be an actor making a movie, and they don't like upload like this guy named Shane Dawson. You probably don't want to talk about him, but he's just this vlogger who used to be pretty active, and I think he recently made a movie. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I saw a commercial where he was making a movie, and now apparently he uploads like once every 2 weeks, and he doesn't really care about his fans anymore now that he's done what he's done. But
Well, I actually got into YouTube first watching vloggers.
Mhm.
Shay Carl.
Nigga Higa. So my first YouTube video, Nigga Higa.
Who else? Philip DeFranco. Man, it's been many years since I've watched them, but I feel like so you're saying the people who put out vlogs and stuff like that, or who put scripted videos out, are actually doing work compared to people who do Let's Plays.
Well, no, like that's how people perceive it, and that's how people kind of think of it, but they don't think about what it takes to make those videos on a daily basis, or like 2 videos a day, like Markiplier and some other YouTubers, or even
No.
all the XP who's doing it for a while. Like 2 videos a day. It takes a bit
2 videos
more
a day?
work. Yeah, like 2 videos
That's
a
a
day.
lot.
It takes a lot more work, and it's like a full-time job where you don't get a vacation. If you don't put a video out, you don't get paid. And, it's not like you have a crap ton of money unless you become a PewDiePie or a Jacksepticeye or something like that. Usually you just become like, a CNanners or a Sark or a Gassy Mexican, who they're not super famous, but they're famous enough to pay the bills and do fairly well.
Do they? Those are the kind of people I was thinking of. Obviously, their videos are very popular. I've watched a couple of CNanners videos that I really like, but I don't subscribe to any of them because I don't. And maybe I haven't watched enough, but I don't feel like it's all very like. How do I want to word this? It's just like there's no connection. I guess a
Yeah.
lot of all the YouTubers that I watch, very connected, like about everything. Like they're on Twitter, and I follow them on Twitter, and that's a cool way to hear about what they're doing. Jesse Cox and Dodger and Total Biscuit and Markiplier, all those people. First of all, they're all part of Polaris, And I think that speaks a lot to what Polaris is, and what Maker Studios is. But a lot of those people, like when you watch them, you get a sense of what that person is like in real life. Like, could I probably hang out with Jesse Cox and have a great time? Yeah, probably. We could probably laugh together about a lot of stuff. If I talked to Markiplier, could I have a meaningful conversation? Yeah, probably. But I've watched a decent amount of like CNNers videos at best, like not really Gassy Mexican, the other ones. And yeah, they're funny guys, but I know nothing about them. And to me, that I don't like that. I guess that's my thing about my YouTubers that I watch. I have to like feel like it's very same thing with like actors. There's certain actors I like because I bet if I talked to them in real life, they'd be pretty dope.
See, I feel like I have
pretty
like
transparent. That transparency.
Yeah, I feel like I have an unfair bias because like I've been watching CNNers for a while, ever since the Modern Warfare 2 days, and he actually did a lot of vlogs along the way. And it's just that at this point, he's also moving on to different things, like making a game. He's making a YouTube part.
Oh shit, things are going down.
Uh-oh.
Hey motherfucker, I'm doing a podcast. Can't talk to your ass right now.
Did you happen to mute your thing or someone?
Yeah, I think he's having a private convo.
I see. Quickly,
Yeah,
let's
sorry
fill
about
it.
that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about the second.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
just filling my conversation. No, but what's it called? Yep, that's just. Yeah, like he used to do vlogs for a while before back in the day. It's just that now he's doing multiple things, so I guess I'm excusing him a bit, but yeah.
Well, I get that. I mean, if you've really followed someone for a long time and you're a fan of their work and stuff, that's completely fine. It's just the people I got into were always very like, "What's up, guys? Like, this is what we're doing. Let's like talk to you guys and stuff." It's not even vlogs. They don't even really do a lot of vlogs. Like, I mean, Markiplier, you see his face all the time in all of his videos. I think that's cool. I think that's a better way to connect with your fan base, too. They know what you look like. But there are really successful people that you never even see their face. like Kraken. If anyone knows about Kraken, he recently,
he
a
had
year or two ago.
he had like a thing. He had like a kiss thing going on where no one saw his face was makeup or well, he didn't have makeup, but that was kiss. But
yeah, but he had like a certain
he had like a little
picture.
thing with it.
And Cryotic does the same thing. Like, it's kind of neat. Oh my goodness, Del Target just brought up Kutra. I used to watch a couple of Kutra, man. I used to watch a couple of Kutra's videos. I could not care less about that guy anymore. I don't know. It's funny to me that she said, I don't know why, but I still follow him. it's the same thing. Like, I haven't heard anything about him, which is pretty easy if you stop following someone. But yeah, I remember watching no, Cryotic never showed his face. Kraken did show his face, in case Pudding was confused about that. Kraken is like, I don't know how old he is now, but at the time he was like an 18-year-old kid, and he was on a panel at PAX or something like that with Jesse and Total Biscuit and stuff, and they had him come out, and everyone's like, that's what Kraken looks like?
Yeah.
I think if you can get really popular just based on your work and, and your professionalism, that's awesome, because then when later on, when you say, I'm gonna like reveal myself, that's pretty cool, that's exciting, but that's pretty hard, man. That's like based on nothing but maybe your personality if it pours through on the videos, or at least the the integrity or the quality of your videos.
Or if you have a beautiful voice, which I don't have. Cry has it.
Yeah,
but-
I wish I had a beautiful voice. If I could just read things like Cryotic, I'd be all over it.
Dude, he has fangirls just based on his voice. That's some skill right there. I guess that's yeah. Yeah.
So when I subscribe to somebody on YouTube, I do like, I like knowing about things that they do. When I get into something, I get really into it. Like, I eat, sleep, and breathe it. Like Total Biscuit, I went back and watched every single What the Fuck Is. Even if I didn't give two shits about the game, I was like, I gotta hear what this guy has to say.
Yeah.
When I got into super big into StarCraft right before it fucking died, I did the same thing. I was like, eat, breathe, sleep, StarCraft. I didn't play it because I'm bad, but I liked watching it. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to subscribe to someone, because I would never ever in a million years subscribe to Jesse Cox, Dodger, Markiplier, PewDiePie, the Yogscast, because their content is, to me, not good.
How
Okay, that's
dare
not
you.
saying
Wow,
that's
that's a pretty
not
bold thing.
that's not
Well,
saying
now
that
we
their
have to
content
lynch
is
you
bad.
now.
But to me, their content is lazy. And I'm not saying I put out better content. I'm not saying that. Because, Let's Plays are lazy in and of themselves to an extent. Obviously, we try to put out like 25 videos a week. That takes a lot of time. But I don't know. I have to really, really like what they do to subscribe. And I'm only subscribed to like 2 or 3 gaming channels, like Total Biscuit, Northern Lion, and Day 9, and Lag TV.
Yep.
And that's literally because I can't stand anybody else. Like, I don't mind them when
that's
they're
cool.
with the co-optional podcast. I don't mind hearing Jesse Cox and all that, because they have a different persona when they're Let's Playing. They're kind of, I don't like any kind of yelly kind of stuff. But Total Biscuit, he doesn't do Let's Plays. He just does really serious content, like really, really serious. And that's what I enjoy the most. It's stuff that gets really, is more, I don't want to say mature because that's totally not correct, but more just serious, I guess.
Yeah, like, well, not even professional. Well, yeah, kind of. It's like of a professional nature. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of structure is really nice. And that I love this. This is actually kind of a fun conversation. I hope it's not boring to chat. But I like this because I watch Jesse Cox and Dodger and all those people more than I watch Total Biscuit, but I've also watched Total Biscuit for the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
If I need, and I don't even go to him for his opinions on games, because I'm a very I'm opinionated myself, but I take everything that I hear from anybody anywhere, even if it's someone really close to me, with a grain of salt until I experience it for myself and figure it out.
I agree.
All the time. And that doesn't mean that I don't like his content. I love watching his WTFs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I'll watch it because I support him and I love hearing him talk. He's a very good speaker.
Yeah.
Total Biscuit, that is. But just because he says a game sucks, even if I've never played it, I'm gonna be like, well, I'll still probably play the game, because we have very different views on stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great work, though. Yeah, he puts in, you can see the effort and time, and it's good that he's just successful because he works really hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these other guys, I have watched Angry Joe, and he's funny, but I don't like him.
He's
that
a
much.
little yelly.
Yeah, you're right. He is a little yelly, and that's the thing. That's his shtick, though.
Yeah, that's his thing.
And you can understand. So yeah, that's like a certain genre that maybe we don't like as much. Now, Markiplier yells and stuff, and when he yells, I don't like it that much. Most of the time, it's pretty funny. Like, I'm laughing not because he's yelling. I'm laughing because he literally got scared by something, or something like that. If it's too much yelling, I'll probably skip the video. Jesse Cox, though, has the best laugh I've ever heard on the planet. And it's so infectious, and he laughs all the time. And he doesn't laugh like just to laugh. Like, things make him laugh, and you can feel it in your gut. Like, when he's laughing full force, it's like a hearty. He's super happy right now, and I love that kind of attitude. Like, he's always in a good mood. And I'm watching his Far Cry 4 playthrough right now, and he's on part like 48 or 38 or 40 or so 42. I don't know, somewhere in the 40s. It's been a long time, and all the episodes are anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes long. And I could be playing that game myself, but I'm not, because I have too much fun watching him, because he really, really sucks at games, and the way he freaks out at stuff is really funny. He only screams every now and then. People like PewDiePie, who sit in front of a camera and look stupid, very brave. Good for you. but I don't necessarily want to be like that, personally.
Yeah.
Make it seem like Jesse Cox is Santa Claus.
Exactly.
I agree. I don't want to. The way that we structure our content is, Spencer is usually the silly one, and I'm more of the not silly one, I guess.
Yep.
And it works good. I feel like we have a good dynamic, because it's easy for us to talk. Number one, we've been friends for like almost 10 years. And I think it's kind of I'm not going to say the best of both worlds. But if you like stupid, then you have Spencer. And if you like more not stupid, then you have me.
Yeah.
And I think that dynamic works. It's kind of the same dynamic that Total Biscuit and Jesse Cox have when they did the Terraria. Now, I'm not comparing us to them because they're, that's unfair to them, obviously. They're not me. But I never want to do that. I never want to sit there and yell and scream and be somebody I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, and if that's not who you are, don't structure your channel around something like that. That'd be silly. But, everyone's different. Like, WoW Krendor is always on, like, he's, like, always on the podcast for the Co-optional podcast, and he's part of all that stuff. And I love him. Like, I love him as a YouTuber and a person, but I don't watch anything that he does because it's boring.
Oh, God, his voice is so bad.
Yeah.
He's so monotone.
He is so monotone. And he's like, the thing is, he puts in a lot of work in his like WoW Machinima short movie thingies. So he does do a lot of work. Well, I call it Machinima, but essentially he makes little WoW movies. Like he plays WoW a lot, and that he makes all these little. He calls them Machinima, but other than that, he gets away with murder when it comes to lazy content. He put a 30-second video of Jesse Cox's fridge. Like, he opened Jesse Cox's fridge and was like, doesn't really have a lot of meat.
You sound just like him. Oh, God.
Well, he's kind of got, I think he's got a piece of celery.
Oh.
And, like, that video has, like, 40,000 views. It's like, are you kidding me? And he's really funny. Those two work well together because Krendor's really calm. I think if you've watched Jesse Cox do like his Fan Fridays, that's one where he starts off with like really obnoxious yelling, and it, that's his thing. Like that's his shtick for that, and that's fine. I get over that. But there was one where he was playing Game Dev Tycoon or something like that, and he started off and Krendor was a guest, and he freaks out and he goes, "Time for another episode of Fan Friday," and he freaks out, and then real quietly Krendor's like, "The hell is wrong with you?" And I thought it was like the funniest thing in the world because it's like, man, that is two different worlds right there. Jesse trying to be super hyper and Krendor just like shooting him down. So I think you having Spencer to be funny and you to be a little bit more serious can really do wonders for you guys. Yeah. I think that's a good dynamic to build on.
I also agree. And it's much easier to do somebody.
Yeah, it is. Tell me.
I think
it's much easier to have a partner.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like I said, when I was saying we should stream and stuff like that, it's literally because I hate just being here by myself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not good. I'm boring. It's not good.
Right. Well, that's something. I know we only have a couple of people here in the chat right now, but I mean, we could throw that question out real quick if anyone would be interested in seeing that kind of stuff, because that sounds fun to me. I think that would be great. If we found Tabletop Sims or that goofy whatever the hell sports game you showed me. I don't even know what the hell that was. I watched it for 5 minutes and I was like, what am I watching? This is amazing. But yeah, if instead of just silly hangout podcasts, like you could really just have a hangout and play games. Like have people join and have them pop in, tell them how much we suck. That's that guy who came in and insulted us earlier made my entire night. that was the best.
I did enjoy banning him.
Yes.
Man, I'm just rolling in with these topics that's coming to my brain. Another question.
You were a good guest.
Oh,
I miss Zach. We all miss Zach. I think he would have a lot of fun if
I'll
he
just replace him. No, that's good.
We will have another guest on next week, and we'll have Zach there hopefully, and all be well.
What do you guys think that part of becoming successful on YouTube is based on who you know and just kind of getting that shout out that you need to get
connections and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like that's I'm 50-50 on it. Because I think Markiplier built his channel from the ground. But someone like Total Biscuit got a shout out.
But Markiplier also got famous after. Well, he was still famous, but he got a boost because he did the Amnesia series, and a lot of people saw him through that.
Yeah.
True. Well, here's a good example of that. I mean, this doesn't really answer your question, but well, Markiplier's friend Bob made a channel. I think it's boring. I like Bob when he plays with Markiplier, but the only reason he has 100,000 subscribers is because
Markiplier shout out.
I mean, well, I mean, people legitimately liked Bob, but just because you like Bob because he works well with his friend doesn't mean he's going to work well on his own. And so that guy, I remember the day he got his channel. Like, he set up his channel or whatever, and then, like, the next day he had, like, 16,000 subscribers. It's like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen anywhere. Yep. That's because of Markiplier, and, I mean, yeah, his Markiplier's fans are their own people. It's not like a hive mind, necessarily. Yeah. But if Markiplier says, I like this, or, like, you know, Bob is making a channel, you guys get to watch Bob now, a lot of people are going to be like, Markiplier's Bob's best friend. I want to go hang out with Bob. Like, you know what I mean? It's that you're following the similar interests, so it's too bad.
Totally understand.
I think little things like this, like you know, banding together when you're small, I think is also a good. I think that's good. I think that helps everybody. But when you're kind of bigger, and then you get a shout out, like I guess it's Bob Guy, for example, whose content is probably not as good. I think that's unfair. I think that's unfair to little channels.
True. But it's also like if they do make bad content, it's not going to last forever, and it's just people are going to stop watching because, you know, if he just keeps making bad content. I'm not saying that Bob makes bad content. I haven't seen his content, so I can't.
I don't know
really
the fuck
say.
Bob is.
But
I can fill you in a second, but it's really you know.
But yeah, the only reason why I asked is my roommate. He's really into Guild Wars 2. Like, I'm in college. Like, not right now. I'm in spring break. I'm at my house, but I'm at college, and my roommate, he's really into Guild Wars 2, and he knows a streamer that gets around 4,000 to 6,000 viewers each time he streams Diablo 3, and he's in the raids with him, he's being asked by the streamer why he doesn't stream, because if he does, then he can get a lot of viewers because he knows the streamer, and the streamer can host him sometimes maybe, or they can be like, hey, go check out this guy's stream, and so he can instantly, at the very least, he can get about 500 viewers, and that's being
and that's
really,
enough to get partnered. If you have that for a week on Twitch, you're partnered.
Yep.
And
which
then
is
you can
bullshit.
you can just keep going through there, and I'm not even going to get into the fact that he doesn't have to go to school because his family could get rich soon, and his parents don't care if he does go work for a living. They just, Anyways.
Well, this guy's just rolling 20s all up in this bitch.
It makes it feel better. He used to live next to train tracks and used to be dirt poor, and now
at least he's clawing his way up. The American dream.
The American dream that barely exists unless you get a gift from Almighty Zeus.
I wish I could get a shout out. I talked to Total Biscuit and I talked to Northern Lion as much as I can on Twitter without being annoying, which is like maybe once a week. And I'm just hoping that one day they're going to be like, oh, they're going to check out my shit, and they're going to be like, you should check out this. Northern Lion hasn't shouted anybody out, period. And I don't think Total Biscuit does either.
The latest thing I've seen Total Biscuit do is Matthew Matosis. And he does game reviews. That guy deserves it, though. Like,
what is it? Super Happy Bunny Hop? Super Bunny Hop? He shouted that guy out.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I just saw Total Biscuit shout someone else out too, just recently. But I know Matthew Matosis because I've heard, even the Game Grumps mention Matthew Matosis. Matthew Matosis has like 60,000 subs. Has a critical eye of a hawk. So he should probably have more supporters too. But I mean, that's the connections thing. just because he has 60,000 subs doesn't mean like all of a sudden some of these 5 million sub people are just going to be like, oh, look at that guy. He's in an entirely different league. I saw maybe they know each other. You know, maybe they all live in LA. Maybe they ran into each other or something.
I'd love to run into a famous, YouTuber in a coffee shop and be like, hey, you want a game later?
I think they would probably say no.
Yeah, probably.